Today we're gonna be talking about uh my character tier list for Honkai Star Rail. Uh, well, I have this tab here from Pridewin, maybe it's just for reference. I'm judging the character as a life spender point of view, someone who would be willing to spend money just to buy supply passes, etc. Like, so I believe, like, personally, to rate a character, you can rate a character from E0 to S1. I mean E0 to E1 and S1 Lycone. Yeah. So let's get started. Personally, I'll put Trailblazer, like physical Trailblazer D tier, right? But um by MC, I'll put it around B, B or C. C. Yeah, because of the number of sustain that we have. I just feel like by MC just does not do what is needed anymore. 5C is pretty good. You very easy to build. High defense, with taunt effect. But thing is, you gotta build high effect hit rate, very high defense. It does take a while to really make really effective use out of Fire MC than if you were to build like Japard or like uh Bailu. Just overall, as a unit, Fire MC is a great sustain. Don't have any other sustain, but with the option available, it's a C tier. And we gotta talk about a bubbly girl, March. March 7th. March 7th would also be in the C tier. C tier doesn't mean bad. Let me say good. C tier is good. I don't think any unit in this game is like terribly bad. Um Great option. Of course, nothing is a must pull in this game. Um I do believe you can clear the game by just being free to play, including like MLC 10 and stuff. It's all about relics and stuff too. Right. March 7th. Um, her shield provides taunt or provide high aggro on the unit that you shield up. Also, March 7th she has freeze. Well, freeze itself is not as good of a weakness break as imaginary imprisonment break. I feel like that's what's the shortcoming of March. Uh, just this other stronger preservation. I wouldn't really run March as a solo sustain. But you can run her soul sustain if your other units are like good. Like you build high DPS. Like your DPS are fast enough in the game. But I do see cases where March does provide enough sustain. But then one shield, like we do have another shield in the game, Japard. Let's just put Japard since we're talking about preservation so much. Japard, he provide AoE shield for 3 turns. March provides one shield to one unit and increase the aggro. Right? The thing is that you don't really want to as a solo sustain, you don't really want to increase aggro on other unit besides a sustainer itself. Right? You build high defense on March, right, to increase your shield for March, but then you're not making the enemy attack March. Right? You're putting the enemy against your allies, whoever that has a shield. So use case I'll say March is C. Japard, uh to be honest, early game you it's hard to use Japard just because you don't have the relics for him, and generally in the early games you want to use a healer instead, because you gotta build speed on Japar. He's quite slow, and although he had high defense, high aggro on himself, you need the uptime for his shield, right? You don't get the shield on time, your team gonna die. But also remember fighting against Gorilla, this Gorilla boss in MLC. Japar is really strong against them because you can really like you know you won't get one shot it with a shield. You're definitely safe. Uh, If the meta change where we do need dual sustain, currently we do not. Maybe in the early game you need dual sustain to fight like the harder bosses, but end game solo sustain is good enough. If there's a time with dual sustain, Japar is the best dual sustain unit because there's no point running two healers, right? You want to prevent them from getting one shot, so Japar is the best dual sustain. I remember when we played Swarm, when Swarm first came out, Japar was like the MVP, right? He high aggro on himself, provides big shield, and you can run him with like another healer. For instance, like Bailu or like Natasha or something. Daheng, because of how many DPS there are, Daheng, he's good. He's just good. Right? He's a stronger 4-star DPS in my opinion. Um, I think he has a slow. He does good damage, high multiplier and stuff, but his base stat is lower than 5-star. Um, yeah, I mean you don't have any other DPS, or you don't want to build any DPS, or you're trying to play completely free to play and not pull at all. Dang Heng is a good character to build. Um, but I'm gonna put him below like the main character and March. Uh, just because I see more utilities in March, like how it can put aggro on your own allies. Like March can put aggro on Clara, which Clara really want to get hit. So Clara is definitely higher than Dang Heng, who only just does damage. Fire MC, his her taunt or his taunt, um, just very useful in times, right? You can probably run double sustain by putting Fire MC and like another healer. I remember like in the early game, most people just use Natasha and Fire MC together in one run, and then like the second team in the MLC they would run Lorcha. Asta, Asta, Asta's a B tier. Asta, she does help clear MLC faster because you need the speed, but then with the difficulty of MLC right now, um, Zero Cycle is kind of impossible. Even at E6, I don't think Zero Cycle is as easy to clear. Oh, by the way, I'm rating these 4-star character as E6 unit. Um, or just how I use it. I don't know. Of course, you can have your own opinion on it, but I do think Asta is a B tier. I know on Prywood, he said Asta the S tier. Wait, there's a S. We should add a S plus tier. P tier. This is the OP tier. Uh, Shippo. Mm. I wouldn't say Masfo. Uh, uh, sure, Campo. Campo. Arlong. Uh, I mean, Arlong isn't bad. You build it right, he does damage. He's good. Doesn't use skill point. Like he's good. You could run double DPS because of Arlong. Like I don't know. Like it just people wouldn't really build him if you don't have E6 Arlong. But also like you wouldn't build him if you have like a 5-star DPS, right? That's the thing. He's good. I wouldn't put it above Dahan though, because uh, dealing with the HP problem, it could be problematic, right? You don't really want Arlon to die that quick. Japar Shield can probably help Arlon out, or like getting Bailu on Arlon team. But I feel like using Arlon might be too hard for most people. Uh, Herda, Herda is pretty good. Herda, if you run especially like a team of erudition and follow up, Herda can clear mobs just like a 5-star Himiko. Build high crit rate, build high crit damage. Herda can put in work. Hook, I don't really use Hook much. I don't think I even use Hook at all. But I heard she's like the best fire DPS unit besides Topaz. Um, I guess she can do damage. In the meantime, I think she just maybe just behind Herda or something. Like I think they're really all the same. You can mix and match them, but you're just good. Natasha, I feel like she is the first D tier. Um, Honestly, I don't see any other. Actually, I'll talk about him later. Natasha, she provides AoE heal, single target heal with her skill. She has okay HP. I would say you could build her really high HP. Uh, she had cleanse, but the thing is that she's power crept by another 4-star healer. That's the problem. Lynx. Lynx provide AoE heal and cleanse at the same time, while Natasha only has like single target cleanse, which is really problematic for like skill point, right? If you need to cleanse all your allies, that's a skill point each turn, and you need to build your Natasha fast. So I mean, like she's a very generic healer. It's like what you would think a healer is, but just not enough utility. Like as we see, like how the meta is right now. Uh, so many, however, sustains. They have like attack buffs or like damage buffs, something like speed buff or something. They provide or energy regen. They provide those value besides just healing. Because healing is just really not just enough. Right, so I'll say Natasha's okay. Lynx, uh, she's actually A tier. Um, because I feel like you could put her in many teams and she could provide so much more value. But mainly for a free to play standpoint, like she's a A tier. If you have to sustain, I'll pop it down to a B tier. But at the moment, like as a 4-star, I think she's a well designed character. Providing AoE heal and aggro for destruction and preservation unit. So when it comes to like double sustain, you can run Japard and Lynx together, right? And then Lynx can put the aggro on Japard. Japard already has high aggro from his talent and being preservation itself. Also you can use Landau choice, I think. Um, Providing increased damage reduction, increasing Japard's damage reduction, and increasing Japard's aggro. Right? Because Japard does have his self-revive talent if you didn't know about Japard. Just like Bailu can revive, but Japard can only revive himself. Sampo, okay, at the moment, Sampo is a B tier. Like Sampo is the only win DPS and probably is the strongest. No, not the win DPS. I mean win dot unit, but he is the strongest 4-star dot in my opinion. Like to put on a dot team, he is the best choice to put on a dot team. Let's see what Prywin says about it. Prywin's put in B tier. Yeah, I put in B tier. Yeah. I'll put these guys. Yeah, very close, fairly close. Sampo, just the windshield and stuff. Having Kafka besides him. He's good, but you don't have to build him because there's so many other like dot unit you can build. Like it's not a must. You don't have to build it. I'm not suggesting you to build Sampo. You don't really have to. Because there's a lot of dot unit, but they're all mediocre. They're all okay. Right, Pela, I think Pela's S tier. Um, she can remove a buff, and she has high energy regen. Because of her talent, she has defense reduction around 45% for E6, maybe, maybe. I'm not sure the numbers. But you could actually I could check on Prywin. Uh, 42%. Okay, 42%. That's slightly lower than Silver Wolves. But AoE defense reduction, which is really good if you want to use like burst unit like Jinglu, Barbara Lune, erudition like Argenti and stuff. But do I think Pela is OP? No, I don't think so. Like I think you should definitely build. You can build Pela, but you wouldn't be upset if you were to replace Pela with another unit too, right? Yeah. Saval, out of all the unit, I think Saval is actually out of all the DPS, Saval is actually D tier. Maybe she's C tier, but I'm gonna put her D tier. This MILF, she is she was power crept by Jing Yuan very early on in the game, like patch 1.0. Um, First of all, her skill does burst damage, right? While Jing Yuan does AoE damage for with his skill with higher multiplier, and Jing Yuan has a follow up, which is Lightning Lord that does a lot of damage. They both have an ultimate. I think their ultimate is comparable in damage. They both uh, also Jing Yuan break faster than Sabal, right? Sabal doesn't really break as fast. Like I just feel like she is not. She's just what you would think as like a normal AoE DPS unit, right? Natasha is what you think a healer would be, and Sabal is what you think an AoE DPS is like. She's very average. Like, I think it's okay. You can build her, right? Even at E6, E6 Sabal is not better than E0 Jinyuan. Even no matter how well you build Sabal, or you build them equally, Sabal is not as good as Jinyuan. I know her talent has a lot of, or traces a lot of crit rate, but it's just not enough. Like, her damage is just not that good. QQ. Qingque, Qingque, I think you can, uh, if you don't have Quantum, if you don't have Quantum, then build her. But, I think you don't really need to have Quantum team, like, you don't really have to run Quantum. You have, like, other DPS, just two DPS will work, like, off type is fine too. I think I would put her behind Harmony. You see better than Harmony. I'll put her. I do like Xingqiu a lot, especially like how she interact with Fushuan a lot. I do like her a lot, but I'm gonna put her behind Japard. Um, yeah. Some people say that she does a lot damage. She does comparable damage to Seeley, but I disagree. Uh, just because Seeley has resurgence, um, Qingque she okay. So think about this. You had to use skill points to really like buff her basic, right? To enhance her basic, and then after you let like you had to plan to save up your skill point, right? While Seeley, you can use your skill, which is one skill point cost. If you kill, you get resurgence, and with the resurgence, you can either use your skill again with additional damage buff from the resurgence, which is around 60% attack boost, or you can use the basic. If you were to use basic, you still get a 60% attack boost, right? You still get the high. Like I think the multiplier is still pretty decent, like pretty high for a basic. And Seeley has high crit rate, high crit damage if you build her right. Uh, and if you had Lyco more, you also had the Lyco that she also does a little more, I think. But you can regenerate the skill point that you just lost by using the basic after resurgence. While QQ, like you just throw out her basic, you just lose all the skill points that you use, and also are very RNG based. But you also have to save the skill point. So like the difficulty of using QQ is a lot higher than Seeley, right? Well, Seeley like there is some like skills to Seeley, I think. Timing your ultimate, like knowing when to use it. You know, I disagree with people like that say like, oh, Seelay's so easy to use. Like, cause when I watch them play, they don't play it right. They just, I wouldn't do what they do. Um, yeah. I mean, QQ does have AoE, right? But the thing is, when you clear mobs with Seeley, it feels so much faster, right? Like, who you gonna pair up QQ with? You're gonna pair up with like maybe Tingyun, Bronya. I don't know. I guess like the hyper carry QQ. Right? You play Hyper Carry QQ or Hyper Carry Seele. Hyper Carry Seele. Uh, with Bronya, you can get 4 turns. Like at most 4 turns. Like like at least 4 turns. If you build Seele right, at least 4 turns in the first cycle, right? Maybe like 135 speed Seele, 134 speed Bronya. You can get 4 turns of Seele, not counting Resurgence, right? Not counting Resurgence and Ultimate. Right? If Seele were to use the ultimate, pop her ultimate, and pop Resurgence, that's 2 extra turns. That Seele just did. QQ she cannot do that. She don't have that capability because you're gonna run out of skill point trying to get QQ to do some damage, and then run out of skill point for Brian to even advance forward QQ. While Seele you can regenerate. You can regenerate the skill point lost by using the basic attack after Resurgence. Right. So yeah, Seele is actually S tier. Um, she's still S tier. She's not what she was because be honest, her damage is a little lower, but it's not even that low, right? I think the main problem is her attack is like a single strike, right? You use the ultimate, if you don't crit, you kind of just lost all the damage possible. You have to build really high crit rate for Seele, right? That's the thing. While a character like Jinglu who hits so many times in one like ultimate that any of those hit can proc the crit, while Seele is the one-time thing, right? You kind of like get it or not, right? So that's the thing with Seele. That's why I put her S tier. Su Shang. Su Shang is I guess she's a she's a Seele after ultimate. Like after using ultimate, I think she can attack one more time. Uh, I mean she's a good DPS. I remember when I started MLC, I tried building Sushan to clear to fight against physical bosses. Um, she does good damage, but s- she's not breaking the 100k mark, and that's the problem. She's not as strong as Dang Heng, in my opinion. Dang Heng, he does more damage when fighting against slow enemy. Shushan don't have that kit in her, I don't think so. So I'll say just behind, maybe behind Herda. Yeah, Herda, people sleep on Herda too much. Tingyun, S tier. E6. Specifically E6 or E4. E4 I might put her either A. But E6, I think Tingyun just hit S tier. She's not OP yet. Recharging 60 energy is very good. I think she's a very well balanced character, but then I don't know, she's just a very good harmony. Very good harmony support. I'll run her over like the other harmony, like Asta. Just because getting an ultimate really like can help you get like extra turns. Like for example, Seele. If you use ultimate thing you're on Seele and get your ultimate, like Seele use her ultimate, kill the mob, resurgence, reach so like that just like that's just good. Right? Recharge 60 energy on Seele. Seele get her ultimate, kill the mob, and then Seele use the skill from resurgence to get like 30 energy. That's just quick way to build up energy. You're preparing yourself for another ultimate, another big damage. Um, yeah, just no complaint on Tingyun. Tingyun's great. Uh, I guess people people think that actually no, I don't think anyone would hate on Tingyun. No, I think it's fine. Himeko, if you build her right, she's a B tier behind QQ, behind Asta. Uh, if you build her right, she can do so much damage, and especially against fire enemy, like she got AoE ult, she got good follow up. She could break fast. Yeah, Himeko's good. Welt. I don't have Welt myself, but seeing his kit, like, I don't think you'll disappoint Paul building Welt. Um, He's sub DPS in my opinion. He does good damage. Um, almost comparable. Comparable to QQ. I was actually no, I don't know. I don't know. I guess he's probably the strongest sub DPS in my opinion. He could hit up to like DPS damage. Um, but his slow provides the value. It's what's the most important thing about his kit. His slow. Um, yeah, just imprisonment, slowing down. Especially how MLC is getting harder now. I feel like if you can use well in MLC right now, you can get like quicker clears and maybe get a 3 star if you're still missing 3 star. Bronya, Bronya is a chorus S plus tier. Um, with what Bronya can enable, it just it's just too good. She can let Sealy get I guess like infinite turns, at least 4 turns. If you build them the speed, if you speed to them correctly, you can get 4 turns at least with Sealy. Uh, and the Sealy can pop her ult for maybe like extra turns and stuff. You know, you add Tingyun and Bronya together on the same team, and they get Sealy ultimates. You can hit at least maybe 8 turns, 10 turn. You know, each time can get resurgence, but there's not that many mobs in the game, so no, you don't really get that many resurgence. Yeah, you can run Bronya with basically any unit. I mean, if I probably you could run it with Himiko if you want to, like increase crit damage, uh, advance forward. You know, having Himiko fight against fire weak enemy, you can break more enemy, right? Because Himiko does pretty good. She break pretty fast, I think, in my opinion. Yeah. Also you can use branch cleanse if you have to. Like I remember, like when I don't really have enough sustain, right? And my sustain like got in prison or something. Especially what is it? Got crowd control by Kafka. I use Bronya to like cleanse, and that works really well. You could use Bronya with Blade. You could use Bronya with Imbibe Nune, right? Most people don't build speed on Imbibe Nune, and what they do, they just run Bronya, hyper speed Bronya to like boost up Imbibe Nune. But the thing is, you don't really need Imbibe Nune to attack so many times, cause that's not really important, right? Imbibe Nune really, it's just a nuke. He's a nuke. Uh, yeah, so Bronya enables that. Clara, as a single target, Clara falls short, right? Um, at burst, Clara gets a little better, but when against 5 enemy, like if you fight against 5 big boss, Clara is perfect. Clara counted does a lot of damage. She can break fast, right? Cause her counted is a burst attack if you use your ult. Um, she got damage reduction. She very easy to build. But she'll always do damage, right? But it's not crazy damage like Seele or like uh there's no other Cadefias here, but um I mean there's no other stronger DPS on this list right now. Definitely build Clara. I remember using her in Sim Universe. Uh, like especially let's just say if another swarm come out and you don't have any buff, Clara is probably the best option to use because of high HP, high defense reduction, right? Um, it's very easy to heal Clara and stuff. But would I put I would put well above Clara. Don't think Clara provide as much utility because if you have your DPS ready, you don't really need Clara to be honest. Clara's kind of slow. I wouldn't really use her in MLC. I just feel like you wouldn't. I just feel like you won't get enough cycles left with Clara. I remember using Clara very early on. It just takes forever to kill. Like it just, although she's physical, it's just not. She's too slow. You never want to build speed on Clara. That's why. So yeah, Bailu. Uh, yeah, Bailu. Bailu's A tier. Um, people put like on Pride Win. Let's look at Pride Win. People put links above. Pride Win put links above Bailu. I don't think so. I think Bailu is better than Lynx. Uh, you could build Bailu with really high HP and high energy regen, so you can get the ultimate with Bailu. Ult and Bailu's ultimate give your allies invigoration, which means every time your units are hit, invigoration will trigger and they will heal themselves, right? So, what I'm saying is that if you build high speed Bailu, high HP Bailu, and high energy regen Bailu, you can get your ultimate fast, and she can be basically skill point positive because she can heal for ultimate, right? Uh, you can say the same thing for Lynx, but the thing is, I think Bailu heals more than Lynx, right? Because at the same time, you can still use Bailu's skill to heal. Uh, I get that as RNG, but like it's not even that bad of RNG. I'll be honest, it's not even that bad. Like I feel like it's just an extra thing. I feel like if you ignore the RNG part, you'll still put that Bailu in the same tier. Like I don't when I use Bailu, I barely even use Bailu skill because of like just how I built Bailu, right? Having high speed Bailu and high energy regen Bailu. Uh, yeah, solid A tiers. Probably one of the top. Plus thing. Is she better than Japard? I don't want to put Japard here though, but I don't know. The thing is, I've been soul sustaining with Bailu even till now, and I never even triggered Bailu's revive. Because if you, I think it's just a skill issue. If you need the Bailu revive, it's a skill issue. Like Bailu kit itself without the revive is good enough. I don't know. I know she don't get. I don't. I know she don't got the heal. She don't got the cleanse. But then it's like, why would you take Bailu there? You know, like if you can't cleanse an ally, like you can't. You don't need to cleanse your ally sometimes. Like you don't have to take Bailu to boss that debuff your allies. Just saying. But even if you take them there, Bailu, she heal fast enough. Because she got emergency heal with her ultimate, and she can revive your allies if they were to die. Okay, so it's all good. Maybe I'll put Japar up here, to be honest. Uh, I guess the thing is Japar, his shield turn limit makes it hard for you to put Japar in any team. Like I can never put Japar with Seele, because Seele just takes too many turns. So Japar, I guess I'll stick in the top beat here. Yanqing. Uh, yeah, Yanqing is strong. You you can clear MLC with Yanqing very well, but do you enjoy using Yanqing? Not really. He's better than I guess he's the top of the C tier. I don't really enjoy using Yanqing. I did build Yanqing. I thought cause I E2 Yanqing. I thought his kit is very good. Like he increases crit damage and crit rate and stuff. Very easy to build. But the thing is that you must use his skill every turn, and you gotta make sure you not hit. That's just a lot of condition. That's why I just can't put Yanqing higher. Like Yanqing is better than Sample, but like what Sample does in a dot team provides a lot more value than what Yanqing does. Right? 'Cause there's so many DPS. QQ is better than Yanqing. Seele is better than Yanqing. Like Seele is the better version. Like Yanqing just trying to be Seele. Yanqing is easier to build Seele, but harder to use. That's the problem. Qingyuan. I think Qingyuan's S tier. I know they say A tier Qingyuan, but I think if you build the right Qingyuan, 60% crit rate, at least with 180% crit damage, he just does so much damage. He breaks a lot. You have the right, unit, or you have the right unit for him, like Fushuan to resist crowd control and stuff. Um, yeah, I don't know. People just shit on him too much. Um, he's good. He's good. Yukong, I think you can build her. Actually maybe just great. I don't think she's necessarily better than other Harmony unit. I think she's really good for mono imaginary, but honestly, you don't really have to build Yukong. You also don't really have to build Asta. No, that's just what I feel. Silverwolf. The thing is, when I pull Silverwolf, I pull Silverwolf because of how much damage increase she does for Sealing. Because the damage reduction is such a big deal in this game. Because damage reduction basically is an exponential increase in damage. Um, when I put I never said Sealing. I never thought Silverwolf was OP. I know people like saying, "Oh, the change in typing is OP and stuff." Like Silverwolf make the game easy. Yes, he did, but then she never provided value that Bronya had for me. Bronya Advanced Forward, like maybe I said it before, but Bronya Advanced Forward provides you basically 100% damage up, right? And energy regen because you get to attack again, and cleanse, and damage increase, right? At least 100% damage up, right? Um, I don't know. Sybil is definitely better than all of them. She's better than Pela. Um, yeah, Pela does AoE defense strength, but Silver Wolf single, but Silver Wolf her value with breeding spray with like sorry, her value as a uh debuffer and her ability to change weakness, it's just more useful than Pela. Right, she enables Mono Quanta to be run in any content. Right, you can put throw Mono Quantum in any mode, like any boss, any typing because of Silver Wolf. That what Pela cannot do. But there, I will say you can put them equal or you can put them next to each other. But I think Silver Wolf is better than Pela. Locha. Uh, Locha. Locha is A tier. Hot take. Locha himself. Let me drink the water. Locha, he can get one shot. Um, if you fight two gorilla guy and your Locha is too slow and you cannot get the auto heal, he will get like destroyed. Right? Unless you I mean there's a way to build Locha. You try to build him with 2,300 attack. Don't build him higher than 2,800. I feel like that's too much overheal. Right? I would for the body piece, I give him outgoing healing. So his AOE heal field is maximized. Building high speed. My low is around 143 speed. Just so you can get your ultimate faster. The ultimate lets you debuff enemy. Which very useful against the samurai guy that can spawn two other annoying nuisance, right? Because debuffing their ability to basically revive himself will help you like clear that boss faster. Um, and also faster Lucha lets you auto heal faster and generate more skill point. But the thing is, uh, at this point in the game, Bailu heals enough. Lucha heals the most in the game. I think in terms of healing, Lucha heals the most. But Bailu heals enough for you to rush run Bailu. Um, but and also think that Bailu will not die. Right? Bailu just will not die. Lucha, he can die, or he can fail to save your ally. If you run Ting Yun and you get in, Ting Yun get two gorilla punched or something, Bailu can revive Ting Yun at least. The Lucha is just like he's not gonna revive Ting Yun. Maybe in the lore, he maybe in the future, like in the story, he'll revive the broken neck Ting Yun. But like right now, no, that's not happening. Uh, yeah, Lucha had more utility than Bailu, but Bailu just at this moment Bailu is just better as a healer. Like I just feel like it's easier to auto Bailu right now. I don't know. I have both of them by the way, and I like using Bailu more. Just saying. Right, I think it's a skill issue if you think that Bailu is bad. Luca's yeah, he's a good dot character. I'll put him behind Sample. I just think the Sample is a better wind shear. No, I just think Sample is a better dot unit. He he just yeah, I mean they're like comparable. They're comparable. It's just when you had to use them. Blady, I mean if you pull Blade, just build him. He's doesn't use that much skill point. He does good damage, but I wouldn't say he does crazy damage. Right? He doesn't hit as hard as Sealing, but he does. He can attack so many times. Uh, but also like when using Blade, I feel like I'm afraid that Blade will die because he kills himself too much. Um, yeah. Honestly, Blade is also a pretty high investment character. Crit rate, crit damage, AP, speed. Getting all those does it's quite a lot of farming. Um, he is definitely better than yeah. Blade is definitely better than all of them. Um, yeah. I like how all the healers are grouped up here, but yeah, I'm pretty happy about this so far. Kafka? Kafka's better than Blade. Because Kafka is future proof and well, actually no, Blade and Kafka are both future proof because Blade does not require skill point and yes, he's pretty tanky himself because he's high HP, so you know he can't get one shot in the start. He may get one shot in like 2 turns in, maybe he'll get one shot in. Kafka though, Kafka is the dot enabler, and if you run a dot team, I feel like you just have to put Kafka in the team. He's a must-have if you want to run dot. Uh, I like follow-up team, Topaz. Topaz enable follow-up team, but you do not have to use Topaz to have a good follow-up team. But you must use Kafka to have a good dot dot team. Topaz, I think she's just behind Blade. No, behind Lucha. Yeah. Um, okay, so talk about Kafka and Serval. Kafka does what Serval does. Burst skill, AoE ult, um, single target basic. But the thing is that Kafka has a follow-up, and Kafka can add dot, right? Serval dot is garbage. She's not a dot character, she's an erudition. She's not an agility. Kafka does more than Serval, and Kafka is faster, and she enables, and she trigger dots, right? So she trigger dots. She faster, so she break faster too, because she faster. Um, so she just completely power creeps the ball. Same thing with Jinyo's completely power creeps the ball. Jinyo is better than Kafka. Yes, in 1.2, Kafka is better. Right? When Kafka came out, Kafka power kept Jinyo, but with how slow dot unit are like with how slow dot characters are clearing MLC, uh I just wouldn't use dot team in MLC. Like it just takes too many turns. They're not doing that much damage. And the thing is that dot characters, you must put a dot on the enemy, right? So you have to put a dot on the enemy. That's like a turn wasted. The damage is not there yet, right? So that's why Kafka is a well-built character, very well-built character because well-designed character because you know that dot is very slow, but she triggers a dot, so she makes it like faster, I guess, right? Because she triggers it. Yeah. Yeah, with the buff that of the follow-up set, Jingon's so much better. Which one? Huh. I feel like Fushuan is the best unit so far. So far in the tier list. Um, damage mitigation, very high HP. Right, I'm rating this as a like a life spender point of view. right? Having that light cone at least. And her E1 is excellent. 30% crit damage, unconditional. Basically unconditional, because you're always gonna have Matrix of Prescience activated. You're always gonna have that. If you don't, that's your problem. Um, but having that for 3 turns, she's skill point positive. She provides heal with her ultimate. Very little heal, but she absorbs so much damage. She can soul sustain. She's the only true soul sustain that you can really run on any team. Like you're not losing with Fushuan. Like no way. Right? Unless your DPS really just does 1 damage. Like, unless your DPS are like Magikarp or something. Right? But she uh I mean like she absorbed damage. You can run Fushuan as a double sustain too. Right? Basically same thing as your par. Right? Because she's tanky, she can absorb the damage, and then you can also heal Fushuan. Right? Is she about to die? I just want to put Fushuan with Ultra if you run double sustain. Um, she does decent damage. I mean, she's a sustain, right? I don't really care about how much damage she does, but yeah, yeah. Just build fast Fushuan. I think fast Fushuan is better than slow Fushuan. Fast Fushuan lets you get your basically you can activate make sure the Prescience more often, and because you can do that, Fushuan can basically help your team resist crowd control even faster, even more. Right, so I think fast Fushuan is better. Why put her above Bronya? I just think that for any player, if you don't have Fushuan and you have Bronya, like your chances of dying are high. Even if you have Lucha, even if you have Bailu, even if you have Lynx, right? Like if your DPS are not good enough, Bronya does not provide enough value. But if your DPS are not good enough, Fushuan can help you last long. In Babylune, uh, Babylune is better than Sealing. Yeah, disappointing. Um, I always like the girl character to be stronger than the guy character. But he does do a lot of damage. Like undeniably a lot of damage. Cause he also ignore typing. Uh, not ignore typing. I mean he decreased type resistance. Uh, yeah, that's basically like what Silver Wolf provides, but it's in his kit. Um, problem is his skill point issue is just it's just like annoying. Um, you need to use 3 skill points to really get his like get his nuke, and I get that his ultimate give him like basically 2 free skill point, but until there's like a skill point generator, running in Lune is really tough because you can't even build a fast in Lune. If you build a fast in Lune, you're not gonna have skill point at all, right? Because you're not gonna do damage with just like one basic skill point, basic attack, right? You don't want to do that. You want to go all the way. Um, that's the thing. That's the thing with Sealy. Sealy, although she used a lot of skill point, but then you could play smart with Sealy. When Lune, you got planned so much ahead. I just feel like, eh, he's not S plus. He's just not S plus. Quinn Iphon, uh, I I think she does the most damage as a 4-star dot character. But I think Sample's a better dot trigger, dot enable, like dot trigger. I think Wind dot is better than Fire dot. I don't know. I guess if you want Kafka together, Sample is right here. Jinglu, Jinglu's S plus. She's behind Brian because Brian makes Jinglu even better, right? Well, Brian makes everyone better. Um, Jinglu, high ultimate damage, very easy to get into Transcendent State. Uh, very easy to stack up synergy. Um, I guess she have like a, I guess she has a, what I call a dead turn from her base form. But the thing is that if she crits on that, it could do a lot of damage. It could do up to like 50k on a skill. Um, if you don't think Jinglu's good, it's just a skill issue. You just don't know how to play Jinglu. If you're like one of those people that use her ultimate on her base form, like I get it. It gets you into Transcendent State faster, but you're missing damage, right? Like she getting the transcendent state pretty fast already. Especially run Bronya or you run Tingy with her, she's OP. Hanya, I haven't built her yet, but I think she's just I think she's A tier. She gives skill point. She increased speed, increased attack, I think, but her kit is good. I think you should build it if you don't have like a good harmony. Well, it's S tier. Um, maybe here. I mean, like healer is always better than DPS. Um, energy regen, attack buff, heal, cleanse. Can't go wrong with it. She better than Violet because um, if you get E1, she's skill point positive, guaranteed. Um, her energy regen, it just there's so much in her kit, right? Uh, she just better. Like I get the Lucha heal more than Ho-Ho, but the thing is that Lucha doesn't have the harmony characteristic in him. Ho-Ho does. I mean, to be honest, like they're all pretty similar in terms of like ability and stuff. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's fine. I'll get a lot of hate, but just so you know, I have Fustron and Lucha and Bailu. I don't have Ho-Ho, but from what I've seen, I think Ho-Ho basically is a more preferable sustain to have. Not because she's sustained better. I think Lucha sustain better than Ho-Ho, but in terms of the value the Ho-Ho provides, like um in MLC and stuff, like she give you energy. If you run Jinglu with her, right, you get your ultimate faster and stuff. Run Tenyu and Ho-Ho together, that's 80 energy in total. I just think that you can't ignore that. You know, yeah. Argenti. I'm gonna make a video talking about Argenti. There's 3 days left till Argenti's over. Since the recording of this video on December 23rd. Um, he's S tier. He's better than Jingwan. Um, it's very easy to get his ultimate. Especially when you fight a lot of mobs, it's very easy to get his ultimate. You can even use his 90 energy ultimate to trigger his to regenerate back all his energy for his next ultimate. Right? It's just very easy to get his ultimate. But the thing is that his skill doesn't do too much damage, and um his basic is garbage. Right? Everyone's basic is garbage, except like those that are meant to do basic. Um, but his ultimate is his main kit. Right? That's his design, his ultimate. Why put Jinglu better than Argenti? Jinglu can get into Transcendent State very easily. You only need one dead turn, but that dead turn can still do a lot of damage. It can still do as much as Argenti like skill. Once you get into Transcendent State, you pop the ultimate, then you pop the skill, right? That damage is comparable to Argenti's 180 energy ultimate. Now after Argenti uses the 180 ultimate, uh, you're probably gonna get at most a 90 energy ultimate, but that's not a lot of damage compared to the 180%, 180 energy ultimate. Xinglu can Xinglu still had 2 extra stack of synergy at E0, right? Um, because you ultimate, so you get 3 stack of synergy. Use one skill, so you get 2 stack of synergy. Right, so Xinglu's still doing a lot more damage than Argenti. Right, and she had 2 turns where she can still do those damage. The 3 last remaining units, they're all from patch 1.6. Um, Shui Yi, I don't know anything about her kit, but she looks like stronger than all previous 4-star DPS. Could put her probably above Yanqing. I don't like Yanqing that much. Actually, I do like Yanqing, but I don't know. I'll put it right here. Rome, um, judging from what people have been saying, I think she's the S tier. She's not better than Bronya. Because she don't have advanced forward. Advanced forward gives you a guarantee 100% damage up because you get to attack again, right? So it basically make your attack your damage times two, right? So no matter how much buff this Broaden give, advanced forward is still gonna be better. Doctor ratio, um, maybe here. Doctor ratio probably is stronger, probably here. Yeah, I mean, for the looks of it, I think Doctor ratio is pretty strong. Yep, that's it for the video. Thank you for staying tuned to Asuka. Um, yeah, have a great day.